It's the same shit that happened last time.
So
I think we're gonna have to send an announcement to everybody because what's up, everybody? We had to open up a new stream because the last one was not cooperating whatsoever.
all right, I just texted you the new link, or I texted myself the new link, so it should be on the phone. Okay, people are coming in.
What's up, y'all? Welcome. Come on in. Hey, what's up? Somebody said, "Woo, what's right?" They get two.
Yay.
What's up, y'all? Cycle on in here. Good morrow. Somebody said, "Yes, we bike." Thank y'all for being with us, man. That was a struggle.
It looks like people can hear us and can see us.
Y'all can see us. Y'all can hear us. We live. We good.
Okay, let me.
All right. So Noémie is doing all the stuff for our socials. Boo, can you scooch over?
Yeah.
Scooch over to the right a little bit. Thank you.
Did you already put it on your Instagram?
I have not, but I will soon. Welcome, everybody. Let me see if I see some familiar faces in this giant. Who in here? How we feeling about the Washington game tonight? Listen, I think that we can win. I think Antonio Gibson is going to eat. I think we're going to be good. Listen, if the Washington football team wins this game, that's Tampa Bay at home. Listen, don't get me to talking football. Cheers, y'all. It's 2021.
I know.
It's 2021.
Isn't that wild?
I'm gonna do y'all like we do in the Zooms. All right, there are 117 people here. We're gonna wait for a few more folks to trickle in. All right, make yourself comfortable. Boo, do, 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 do. What y'all been doing? What y'all been up to before we get started? Y'all ready for my question? Come on, Shamika. Dang, we just got here, fam. I'll show you somebody though. Look. Say hi. Hi. She over there chilling. She out of the way.
You said you wanted me to save this video to
yeah. Please. That would be amazing.
All right.
Like the video, y'all. Happy New Year. Graduation in February. Congratulations to you. She doing her own thing. Yeah, that's Booby. That's what she does. Her own thing religiously. All right, while Noémie is setting that up, a few things for tonight.
Had some technical difficulties. Have a new link. Swipe up to join us on our live.
Deli. While Noémie's working all that out, a few housekeeping things. Number one, we're going to do a typical sit down. Our sit downs, we don't ever really know what we're talking about until maybe 15, 20 minutes before we go on. It's like, hey, what do we want to talk about today? And we just kind of let it flow. It's going to be the same thing here. But I do want to interact with y'all. If y'all have questions, I'll be reading. I'll let you know.
What are we drinking? That's what everybody wants to know.
I have a very ugly reading face. So I'm going to be like this the whole time. Like a bartender at a crowded restaurant. I am drinking some Tory whiskey. It is a Japanese whiskey. It's bomb. You can see how clear it is. It's really smooth. You don't have to mix it with anything.
Bon année, Happy New Year. And I'm drinking a Popic, which is my favorite.
It's Sunday night. Typically around this time, we be getting ready to get Booby put in the bed. We already fed her.
Yeah. Gave her a bath. She's in her pajamas.
She's pajamaed. Like, she ready to go.
Okay, Drina. She said, how are y'all welcoming the New Year's? I came in debt-free. Glory to God. Glory. Amen.
Somebody that wants sis. I'm trying to be debt-free too. We're actually working on something similar right now, which kind of is, ironically, the overarching basis of this conversation that we had tonight. Noémie and I realized that one big point of stop it right now.
What you about to talk about? You know, if you move so much, you're going to.
I know we jiggling today. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Sit Down Talk. My name is Kier.
And I'm Noémie.
And we welcome you. Clap it up for the new people. You want to clap for the new people?
Come on.
Clap it up for the new people. Booby said no. She wants to clap some people. No, I can't see my face. Yeah, you're not going to be able to see your face.
Not this time. Okay, take your headphones off and come here. Watch your step.
Oh, Lord. She's going to rip everything down. She's sliding down backwards off the chair. That's you ducking under a rope.
Underneath.
There you go. So we got cords and connection pieces all over the place. What y'all clapping? Yeah, clap it up for the new people. If this is your first time here, that is wild.
What'd you say? Go ahead, boo boo.
Click in the sky and shine in the channel. And hit the bell button. Until next time, bye.
She watches a lot of YouTube.
Baby. You want to go back and watch your iPad? Okay, good.
Help her go back.
Lord Jesus, gonna tear it over. She looks like one of the Whoville people.
Sure.
Yeah, it'd be ironic if this is your first time watching, but if this is not your first time, whiskey, and you've been here several times before, you're a repeat offender. I thank you. We welcome you. We thank you for joining us on this random Sunday night, just to have this random sit down talk. But we've been looking for different ways to just connect with y'all a little bit more intimately.
So for the people that's new, let's let them know, like, what is the sit down talk? What is this? Why are we doing this?
The sit down talk. So
do you not know?
I do, but you so much more eloquent with it. Just hit it where I missed.
Okay, so basically the unofficial. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
All right, so of course our vlog is a family vlog, and we capture these little dope moments in our life. But every other episode, every other week, at least twice a month, my wife and I do these sit down talks where we sit down this is our kitchen table.
Yeah. Our dining table, our dining room.
At our dining room table in our house, and we talk about issues that we see.
Shoot.
Things
Let me send my
feel.
mom the new link. Go ahead.
Better. Stuff this is going on in our relationship. You know, in the social media verse, a lot of people are reluctant to share things, especially about their relationships. And we actually find a lot of joy in sharing our journey. I don't think we've ever shared anything on this sit down talk that we wouldn't share with you if we were standing with you in real life. Mm-hmm. But these things are important to us, and we come to the table and talk about them and join you and ask you to join us in doing so. Mm-hmm. And you're gonna make it pretty.
I was just gonna say, like, we have like an unofficial title, so it's like couples counseling with your favorite couple. So kind of like going off of what you said, it's literally our life, us trying to figure out relationships, marriage, dealing with each other. And in that, we've recognized that, like, we didn't know what we were walking into when we got married. And then when we talked to our friends, you want some water? This water? Yeah, this is your water. But essentially our friends didn't know what they were talking about either. And we kind of all walked into this like, maybe we should talk about this and we should share. And we did a couple of episodes in 2018, and then it just kind of took off. And I think since then we have like over 20 sit down episodes now. So
it started off as just an idea like, hey baby, let's just talk.
My mom's here. Hi, mommy.
My mother-in-law's in the room. She just walked in. It started as us just talking about this is where we are right now. And as time progressed, we will go back and look at those episodes and be like, damn, it's crazy to see the difference between where we were then and where we presently are. Mm-hmm. So it really started as us just gibbering, jabbering back and forth. Hi, my baby. Yeah, so man, it's weird going live because I keep wanting to look at y'all's comments and it's mad distracting.
I got it. I'll actually, I know how to. I can man that.
But what this joint is kind of turned into is people really reaching out to us and telling us that it inspired conversation between them and their partner, or it inspired conversation between them and their mom, or it inspired conversation between them and their damn self.
Yeah.
And the love that we've gotten both online and in person for the sit down talks has been crazy. When the world opens back up, we moving around the city.
Yeah, we're gonna do these lives like in person, like city to city. So Drina just said sit down talk is when Kier Noémie check us without trying.
I be trying to be cool, man. Somebody told me that.
Hi, Nina.
You gotta stop snatching my wig off, man. I was like, I don't be trying to snatch nobody's wig off. I just be telling you I'm sharing.
Everyone's saying hi to my mom. Oh, hi, Jesse. Yo, the whole family is on here.
I encourage everybody who just wants to know a little bit extra about my mother-in-law, just a little bit something special, to go and watch the bridal shower
yeah.
video. It's one of my favorite episodes of the vlog. I didn't even shoot it. Shout out to Noel who shot the whole joint. Only person I ever let shoot the vlog besides you.
Yeah. And by accident, TT, the engagement, our proposal. Yeah. But we didn't know that would be on the vlog.
I had no idea that video would go
viral. Oh, Candace said she loves that video, the bridal shower video. Mm-hmm.
I like the music on that video, like especially around that time. Noémie and I used to take me forever to edit episodes. So we used to be
all night
vibing.
And I used to, yeah, that's true. And I would watch you. I would watch you edit the whole time, start to finish. I'd be right there.
It's some episodes that have better soundtracks than others. Like the episode where we did that TikTok video for the OC the Mop. It got that song that I'm on hiatus.
Oh my gosh, I love that song. Hi, Sanavia.
I
have people from high school on here. That's so wild.
That's what I love about the lives. Like a lot of y'all, we actually know one person.
So we did the intro. We kind of talked a little bit about what the background of the sit down talk. So this is actually the first time that we're doing a live version of the sit down talk. We typically talk for like 3 hours and then edit it down to like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little scared because I'm typically edited. No, I'm just saying I have to watch my language.
I don't.
Hey, Tay.
I don't edit you that heavily. Like the sit down is not really that edited. I just edit it for flow. Like sometimes you'll watch it and it'll be like 10 minutes that went. Well, it'll feel like 10 minutes went by and you look at one episode. Mm-hmm. That's because I edit it for flow. I cut out all the slow parts and just keep the conversation flowing. But boo, your conversation is good.
All right. So how do you want to start this off? Or you want me to?
Yeah.
Okay, so we typically have like themes and stuff like that. And I think for this one, we wanted it to be pretty open to you guys. So we're open to your questions. Of course, we won't be able to get to everybody's. Like this is going to be cut off in about, 35 minutes?
It's a game tonight.
Yeah.
We got a hard out at 8.
Oh, so we have 33 minutes.
Yeah.
So I posed the question on my Instagram. So I figured let's just start with that.
Okay.
One of the questions, do you want to like do the questions verbatim or you just want to flow?
Let's just flow.
Okay. So one of the questions that we got was about
hey, these questions coming out. I ain't even know.
And also before we continue, if you have questions for us, go ahead and put it in the live chat.
For sure.
But one of the first questions that really prompted a deep conversation with us, because we talk about it often, is the whole concept of spending and saving. If you know us personally, you know that I'm very good with money, but I like to spend money.
Noémie
I like to spend money. I have goals. I have, like, if you give me $1 million, it's already spent. I have a list of all the things that I've ever wanted to buy in my life, and I'm just waiting for the money to get it. And once I get the money, I'm gonna get it.
That's true. Like right now, she's literally figuring out how to like burn this money to the ground. Mm-hmm. But this is the thing though, like people's relationships with money, just from a counseling aspect. If I'm Evan, I think I might have said this in a sit down talk before, but if it's ever an issue when it's like couples counseling and a couple is in our section because they have a problem, sex, money, or the kids, like the way to parent. And with money, man, it's not as big of a point of contention in our house, but it's also, I think that plays true to like our power dynamics. Because I spend money very differently. I don't.
How do you spend money?
I don't. Like I hoard money. That's my. Are you saying like your bad relationship with money? If you're gonna use the word bad, is that you kind of like you're like spend liberal?
No, I actually think I have a great relationship with money. I just don't think you spend anything. Like, would you say that you're a saver then? Because I feel like you spend money. What do you spend money on?
It's more like a hoarder. Like I like to hold money because I feel like I grew up with none. I feel like the second I spend all my money, an emergency is going to happen, and I'm going to need it. It's not going to be there, and I acknowledge that is mostly an irrational fear. Mm-hmm. But I have examples in my life where that's happened several times where I need like a lump sum of money. It's just different now. We're coming into an age where money is not as much of a.
I feel like we need to like share with the people what's happening this week.
Okay.
So to give context to this question.
Oh.
So the reason why money is a huge issue for us right now, like today specifically, is Kier will be employed for 4 more days.
I leave my job on Friday, y'all.
Like he's leaving corporate America to do social media influencing,
like full-time.
Whatever this is, full time.
They change this to the blog coming up, by the way.
I'll be staying at my job, but Kier is officially done on Friday. And with that, it's just, when you're working in corporate America, you have like the paycheck every 2 weeks. And in this situation, we're lucky enough to be financially stable, but it's not the same amount coming in every week, every month.
No, but
go ahead.
But to be clear, it's substantially more money.
We're making way more money than we did before, but it's just how are we smart? How are we smart about it? Like, I'll be honest, we have a lot of debt from the wedding. We have student debt. We have, we were definitely living pretty moderately. So the question is, how do we get the things that we've always wanted, but not blow all of the money that we're getting? And how are we responsible? How do we navigate this world as entrepreneurs and business owners, in addition to like the social media influencing thing? So
that's a big ravioli. It's stuff with everything.
It's hard to say when you ain't got no money, and now that you do, you got to figure out what to do with it.
And when your money comes fast, it's weird because you find out what your relationship with money is real quick.
Yeah.
I was reading. Man, I'm always saying I'm reading a book, but I was reading this book, and the guy was talking about I keep talking about this book. Y'all really by Paul Glasser, Atomic Habits. I can't stop.
Yeah, you talk about that book all the time.
It's such a great book, but he says it all the time. It's your habits. Yeah. Like it doesn't matter what life circumstance you run into, you're going to fall to your habits if you don't develop better ones. So whether you have $2 or whether you have $2 million, if you have bad habits with money, you'll always be broke.
Yep.
And poor, I'm starting to learn, is a mindset.
It is.
I am crawling my way slowly out of a poor person's mindset.
You need to talk to my mom.
I know.
You have to talk to you and my mom need y'all's own powwows. So for those of you who don't know, my mom is also an entrepreneur. Mm-hmm. She started this whole entrepreneur life. Honestly, mommy, if you're still watching, you've been an entrepreneur as long as I can remember. But my mom is really the person that taught me basically taught me how to have a better relationship with money. So I personally think I have a great relationship with money. I think I'm a spender, but I'm a great saver as well. Like I know how to save money and I know how to spend money. I just like to spend money if I have the money to spend.
I battle with it. You spend money a lot faster than me.
Yeah.
And I don't have a great relationship with that. But the more I talk to like my homies, like women spend, I'm going to use this generality. Women spend a lot of money, like money and toilet paper. If you live with a woman, I don't know where it goes. Money and toilet paper, y'all eat that shit. Like,
yeah,
it's just a tremendous, like y'all just the way y'all spend money. And then when you go to like department stores, like the men's section is this big for a reason. Women are going to spend more.
But men's clothes are more expensive, and you haven't even started buying clothes yet. Like I think you think I'm a spender now, but I think once you start like, figuring out your wardrobe and your look and styling, like your clothes are going to be expensive.
This is another piece though. While we're crediting your mom, you were also conditioned very different.
My mom started in 2006.
2006, yeah, you conditioned very different from me. Like
I planned for this. Like I knew one day we'd make money, so I had to plan.
Noémie's been raised to believe, like people say this, but she really believes in her head like she does not deserve less.
I don't.
Like if there's a better or a lesser, like she'll get the better. It'll make sense. She's not like a compulsive spender. It's not like out of control. I got some homies.
Somebody said elaborate on your purchases.
On my personal purchases?
I think they're talking about me. Like since I spend, it's all maintenance. Hair, nails, house, like updating furniture.
But when you start to divide, that house incorporates stuff on the wall, candles. The candles aren't cheap. I remember one time,
decor. Go ahead.
One time I looked at the Target receipt, it said $200, and she's like, "I bought candles," and I was like,
"I didn't buy $200 worth of candles. There's other stuff too."
I knew that, but I looked at the candle line. It was way more more than I ever would have spent on candles. So now my joint is, but now I kind of like candles too.
because I think you see the quality and stuff like that.
Do, but I still wouldn't buy it if it was just me.
Got it.
Yeah, I just wouldn't do it. But like my money don't. I hoard it. That's a lot of my stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just being scared, man. It's like when you
What? Say it.
I remember one time I lived in a like terrible neighborhood, man. Like nobody had money. And one time
Keep talking. I'm gonna turn this light
one
off.
time my grandmother invited a few of the neighborhood kids over that had dinner because we ate. My family's from the country, I made something out of nothing. And she put the chicken in the middle of the table, and we didn't have a lot of money. But we always had food, and I was like, "You want to eat? It may be for a dollar, but you're gonna eat." And the second she put the chicken in the middle of the table, they just started grabbing. And then she said, "Dang, they grabbed that food like they never gonna eat again." She said, "You know what? They might not know whether or not they will." And that's how I feel with money sometimes. I feel like I feel like I'm never gonna eat again, so I want to just grab all the chicken and stuff it in my pocket.
Real quick, what was the name of the book?
Atomic Habits by Paul Glasser.
Somebody asked how is Emery. She's sitting right here on her iPad.
Listen, boobies.
Oh, you can't hear when I leave. Okay, sorry guys. Sorry, we're still trying to figure this out.
I said
My
all
bad.
of that. I don't even remember what I said. See, this is how it be on the sit down talks when we be recording with the.
Mm-hmm. So this is the camera that we actually use
right here. So this is the camera that we use, and actually, when we shoot the sit down talk.
Sorry guys about the mic. I won't get up again.
It's a monitor, so it's just like this, and this is staring you in the face the whole time.
Somebody said, "Please tell the story one more time." Just say it one more time.
Damn, what was the story, y'all?
You said something about your grandma.
I don't remember.
So how do y'all discuss purchases when one person views it as an expense or as an investment, and the other person sees it as a waste of money? Do y'all even run into this problem? Yeah, I mean, it's not a huge issue, but someone mentioned, I think it was Drina, that we should get an accountant. We have an accountant.
Yep.
We
financial planner.
Yeah. So we haven't started the process, but we found one that we trust, that we're ready to move forward with, and our first meeting is next week, I think. So
man, y'all talk about I be snatching y'all wigs off, she gonna snatch mine.
Yeah, it's going, but it's necessary.
It is.
It's necessary. We're not taught financial literacy, like not for real, and I just feel like we need that. Like personally, I feel like I need that. I don't understand. I know how to pay my bills. I know how to allocate money, and I know how to save, but I don't know what to do with excess. I don't know anything about stocks. I don't know anything about investments. I don't know anything past like middle class.
I mean, because like real talk, according to the statistics, like middle class was probably the ceiling for us statistically.
Yeah.
I think middle class might have been overshooting it a little bit. But
seriously? Do y'all hear that? I really hope you don't.
I promise we'll live in the ghetto.
Okay, it stopped.
Oh man.
All that's popping up is Atomic Habits by James Clear. Is that it? James Clear?
Oh damn, that's it. That called the wrong guy. Hold on.
Atomic Habits. Hey Mary.
I said Paul Glass and James Clear. Thank you for that. I was on a podcast one time, and I said, you know what? I got enough degrees where I don't have to be smart and remember like authors' names. Mm-hmm. I'll tell you the book. I'm sorry, Mr. Clear. I forgot your name. I think I got it wrong in like 2 other podcasts.
Somebody here wants to see Emery. We showed her earlier.
She don't want no
She doesn't want to be a part of the
blog right now. What happened before the car alarm went off?
We were talking about financial literacy and that the middle class probably was our ceiling, stereotypically.
But when you talk about like actually having a concept or something, I believe, and you can tell me whether or not you all agree, I believe that you have to have at least, not necessarily a surplus, but you have to have enough of it, of something to where it's not a dire necessity in order for you to like have a well-rounded knowledge of it. Like, how can you have knowledge of money when you literally grew up in a situation where people are trying everything they can to get it? not when they have a bunch of it, not when it's coming in droves and you can decide what you want to do with it and it grants you access. Nah, like if you're poor, I don't understand how, unless you take a proactive approach, I don't understand how you develop a good relationship with money. Not a good relationship, but like a clear knowledge as to where you shooting for like stocks and bonds and trying to figure out how to get more.
Yeah, I'm not afraid to admit that I need to learn a lot more about that. And I'll be honest, I never had the drive to learn more because I knew I didn't have the money to invest in it. And like now that we do, you know what I mean? We just I don't think it's ever too late to learn.
Can we talk about that? I actually am ashamed to admit that.
Really?
Yeah, I don't.
But a lot of people, I think a lot of people aren't completely honest about their finances. I think right now it's cool. I'll be honest. I'll say it. I think it's cool. It's social media.
No,
I mean, and I'm just taking it from my circle of friends could be completely different, but I feel like my circle of friends, we are probably the first generation of people to have a little bit extra. I don't think anyone is living in excess. You know, we're still working. We're all, you know, working professionals. And I think this is the first time that we have homes and, you know, cars, like
assets.
This is the first time that we have assets. And I think it's cool to say, remember Bitcoin? Everybody knew everything about Bitcoin. No, you didn't. Like, it's okay. No, you didn't.
It's social media. Everybody knows everything about everything.
What's the new thing? Like, it happens under our comments all the time. It's like, Forex. It's like, and I think that, you know, while I think it's a valid way of making money, it's so much more to investing than that. And I just think that like people feel pressured to seem like they know everything about money. And I don't think people are wrong for lying or fibbing or bending the truth a little bit, but like I think it's totally okay to like not know and ask. And I'd much rather ask a professional than ask somebody on Instagram. You know?
Yeah, and to your point, Instagram and social media tends to have a very judgmental overtone.
Right.
Y'all are paying $100 for this, but you don't know about stocks and bonds. Like it's always something that makes you feel bad for not knowing, as opposed to just sharing information.
Right.
It's to the point with financial stuff. Like I would get overwhelmed because sometimes when people have a great deal of information on something, they want to not only give you information, but they want to. If you've been on Clubhouse, you know this. They want to let you know how smart they are. So they use a whole bunch of language and terminology that purposely goes over your head. Yeah, because if you change the consumer price index on the market share, what you get is an ergonomic trend that'll go backwards to the hard money loan. And I'm gonna just be like, yeah, because if you're doing all that, you don't want me to learn.
Right.
You want to bombard me with words.
And that's intimidating. So somebody, we're gonna get back to that point, but somebody just asked, how did you find your financial planner or accountant? Your reading face. How did you find word of mouth? So I started talking to my friends about money and about credit issues and investments. And out of all of my friends, one was like, I actually have this account and I have 3. Like, call them. And I called all 3, and the one that I felt like would whip me in shape the most is the one that I went with. But yeah, I think like even I want to say like a couple of weeks ago, I went to brunch with one of my friends, and I remember mentioning that like, ooh, I don't know if I can use this card because it's about to be maxed out. Like, I don't know how much money I have left on this card. She's like, sis, me too. I'm like, why don't we talk about this?
In your lady groups, do y'all talk about financial?
I'll be honest. Outside of the ones that you know about, no. And I think, and not to say that we wouldn't, I just think it's so taboo. Like even right now, don't talk about your money. Don't say stuff about your finances on social media.
Real cheese, salads, like, what you need, Sean? More granola?
Okay, we're going to pause because, you know, just grab the granola and come right back.
All right.
Real quick. Hold on 1 second.
Oh, God damn it.
Why'd you go that way? Just bring it here. Just bring it here and you can do it here. So the question that Kier posed, hopefully,
stop.
Somebody said leave the AirPod. Yeah, that's what we'll do next time.
Hey, Carla, we gonna hire you.
Wow, Botswana. But basically, we were just talking about how, baby. Go ahead.
What you baby like? What you say? That's y'all daughter. That ain't mine.
When people aren't doing well, they don't want to discuss money. That's been my experience. But what I will also say is when people are doing well, they don't want to discuss money because, they don't want to seem like they're, being pompous or, not being considerate of other people.
Or they don't want their family members knowing they got money.
People don't like to know that people don't want other people to know that they have money. And I totally understand the reasons behind that. But we have a friend group that, we're not rich, but we definitely have more money than our parents did. You know what I mean? And we have way more money than we ever thought.
What's rich now?
I don't know what rich. I think that rich is when you can afford like a private plane, and like rich to me is excessive because I feel like what I thought was rich when I was younger, we have. I thought you were rich if you owned your own home. I thought you were rich if you had a car.
Yeah.
I thought you were rich if you were, you know what I mean, if you went to good schools or if you had a designer bag. And I think now I know people that make less than me that are driving BMWs.
Yeah.
Like I don't really know what rich.
I don't know what rich is in comparison.
People said they don't want to let their families know because they don't want people to borrow.
Yeah, like I'm telling people.
I have a thing for that. I'll get to that at the end of it.
When I said that, I noticed that she was like she had a stern look. I do want to know how you feel about that.
I'll discuss that when we're done with this.
My friends, only my closest circle, we really discuss our finances. And with the homies, it's very open. I know how much everybody make a year.
You know how much everybody make?
All my friends.
Oh, I don't know. We don't talk about that. Well, the one that gave us the accountant, she knows. But I talk to her about money all the time.
Yeah. I mean, but real talk, give me this in the comment. You let somebody know. I know it's like a faux pas, right? It's a social and corporate and economic faux pas to ask somebody how much money they make. Cool. Question for you. Like, what's so bad about it? Like, what makes you uncomfortable about someone knowing how much money you make?
Because people want to borrow money.
Let's say even a stranger. If someone wants something like, oh, wow, that's a cool job. Mm-hmm. How much money do you make? Most people are going to be a little hesitant to give an answer. What y'all do? Have those new stuff?
No, it's just questions.
Oh, those are questions. Mm-hmm. Oh, I just saw a black man.
Why are black men open about their salaries and not? Well, so let's finish this thought and then let's go into that because it's already 7:47. This is going to bleed into the game.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay. I mean, a little bit.
I'll stay on with you guys. I don't mind. Unless y'all don't want to talk to me.
That is it. But that was pretty much
basically. Oh, Noelle asked a really good question. Why do we shrink our successes to make other people feel comfortable?
I think you just answered it, to make other people feel comfortable.
Yeah.
We move a lot of things around to make other people comfortable sometimes.
I don't do that anymore. So I had one conversation with a friend when, we started thinking about Kier leaving his job and what that meant with money and, the information that she shared with me and just the conversations that we had actually opened up the whole concept of having a money manager, having an accountant, having people, wow, you guys are coming through with the questions. But once I had that conversation with her, I realized how much I learned and how much I can share with the people around me. And just the whole concept of making people comfortable. I've realized that sometimes people are going to not like you for good reason, sometimes for no reason at all. Apologize when necessary and move on. If your intention is to help, I think that, that will follow through. If someone is looking at it with good intentions, if they don't like you or they don't want to hear it, and it doesn't matter how you say it, it's not going to be met well by them.
If someone asks you how much money you made a year, would you tell them honestly?
I would mostly because of the context of the conversation. So for example, when I started my job, I asked people how much they made. Mm-hmm. My job, they were going to pay me $25,000 less than I originally got. And then I ended up getting.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And I asked because I'm like, this seems kind of low. And when I asked, other people to find out what their salaries were, I'm like, I'm not working here, and I actually declined the offer. And I found out 2 weeks later that they came back and they met me at the number that I wanted. Had I known they were going to do that, I would have asked for $30,000 more. But I think, like, how else would you know if you don't ask? Yes, it's uncomfortable, but I'd rather someone like hate me for talking about money with the, with the hope of like helping themselves and helping their situation, than like not telling them for whatever other reason. I think it also depends on who asks me. If it's a friend, if it's somebody that I trust, if it's somebody who's working in my industry, if it's a mentor, I'm absolutely gonna ask because I don't know. I don't know.
I think context is important.
Yeah, but I wouldn't tell a stranger. Like, no shade. I love you guys, but we're not gonna tell you how much we make in a year.
Nah, I definitely wouldn't now that I'm an entrepreneur. But I mean, I tell my friends because it is what it is, and like colleagues sometimes will share how much somebody got for a deal or a brand deal or something. But that's still mostly to make sure that none of us are in this field getting yanked.
Exactly. And it's like, how else are we going to learn financial literacy if we don't talk about financial literacy?
Real quick, shout out to TJ Davison from the Daily Davisons, because TJ was one of the first people to put me on. TJ talked for like an hour one night. And he said, "Hey, bruh," he said, "you a black man." He's like, "Don't let them get you on these brand deals out here. They'll try to pay you as little as possible." And that man, he was not kidding. He was not kidding. He gave me some real good points. Yeah. So shout out to TJ and Tiffany and their whole family. Oh my God, that granola is so delicious.
But I think we've said enough on the financial. This ended up being a whole call about money and financial literacy.
But y'all asked some questions. Yeah. You want to get to some of these answers?
I've been looking at the questions.
Okay. Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
So the thing about the sit down talk is really Noémie and I just talking, but like sometimes the conversation gets really good. Like 45 minutes, an hour into the conversation, it gets like we just. Sometimes
it just takes us some time to get in the groove.
It's not even that, but it's like we don't have the time because we'll be here for 3 hours and everybody will love it, but we'll be here for 3 hours. But I got a surprise for y'all the next time we do one of these.
Do you? Do I know the surprise? Ooh. I've been looking at all these questions and I've been asking them as we go.
Oh, okay. So these are no new questions?
Nope. These are all finance related questions. Somebody just asked, are we wealthy? I will say, compared to what I thought 5 years ago, yes. But compared to where we'll be 5 years from now, no.
That's a perfect answer.
Yeah,
compared to what
it's perspective.
6 months ago, yes. Very.
The reason, and I will be transparent with this. The reason why I think we are wealthy is because, like, you know how we are, full authenticity, full transparency. Kier and I share a car. We share a car. We share a 2012 Honda Civic. And pre-COVID, it was cool because we took the train everywhere. Now, that's not so good. 3 years ago, could we afford 2 cars? No. I mean, we could have, but we would have had to sacrifice elsewhere.
That's another thing, though, Noémie. You and I, when we talk about spending, I'm afraid that we're in our little bubble because some people's idea of spending a lot of money is going and blowing $3,000 on a Gucci bag.
Yeah, I will never. Well, I'm not gonna say I will never. Like, if I'm making like billions of dollars a year, maybe, but I don't foresee that being a thing in the near future. Like for us, my idea of spending a lot of money is Emery's school. Emery's in private school. We pay a mortgage for her school. You know what I mean? We live in a really nice house. We sacrifice that second car or 2 cars so that she can be in a good school and so that we can be in a good house in a good neighborhood. We didn't have to live here. She doesn't have to go to that school. And if she didn't, we wouldn't be financially in the situation that we were in then, but we made those sacrifices for that.
I feel like we could be like, a lot of people still associate wealth with optics. Like, if you go to a really nice neighborhood, I mean, like upper middle class, not like 1% neighborhood, but like these people still have jobs, like jobs. They just high up. And if you go a lot of times to these neighborhoods, you look what's parked in the garage. 2021 Tesla.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it's a car to just get you from one place to another. And I remember working with this French woman, man, long time ago when I got my first corporate America job. And everyone's always talking about her clothes. She made $185,000 a year, but she dressed like a bag lady.
Most people with a lot of money.
Bag lady.
Yeah.
I get in there, but she said, well, I invest my money in my food. And I didn't understand at the time, like, why is she putting thousands of dollars into the food that she eats? But when she microwaved her food and that steak came out and you smelled that saffron, you knew that she lived a little differently.
Yeah.
So to me, it's not about the money you make. It's about what you care about, what you care to spend your money on, and how much.
Someone in the comments said that wealth is
Yeah.
about how you spend your money, not necessarily how much money you make. All right, we not down for the drama in the comments. Come on, guys.
Oh,
yeah, she's just asking a whole bunch of like personal questions.
Let me see one. Hold on. Let me find one.
This one.
That's not a bad question.
No,
though.
It's like.
Let me see.
Like 5 times this time.
Oh man, that might be relax, man. That might, we never know what people got going on, man. That might be a little cute.
You can look like $1 million shopping at Ross, TJ Maxx, etc. And people also think that like,
what's wrong with Ross,
first of all, the stuff adds up. Like, have y'all tried to decorate an entire home at TJ Maxx? Like, it's not cheap. Like, you might, if you go in for what hospital you?
No, the ice hit the new fella.
Oh, you okay?
It was bad. It was bad. I survived though.
But let's move on. Let's move on from the money situation. We will definitely like come back to this conversation after we talk to our accountant. Like I mentioned before, we're pretty new. We're pretty new with this. But I'm in the business of sharing any tips that I learned because I've never been wealthy. I don't know what that means. I don't know what the definition of that, but we definitely are in a much better financial position than we've ever been, and I just want to make sure that we're doing this right.
I want to finish my thought.
Go ahead,
I don't know. It's cool. I don't feel like compared to 6 months ago, I would say yes, we're wealthy. Compared to what I know wealth is, no. We are two people that had to make incredible financial sacrifices in order to get the degrees that we have, and like. Look at U.S. news. The financial aid crisis is no secret. It's terrible. It is going to sink this country eventually, one way or another. But we had to take out a lot of money because our families didn't have the money to finance us through school. Thank God we're reaping the benefits.
Anything.
When she was in law school, you can't work and go to law school full time. So you take out the loans and you live off of them joints. Every law student, every med student. It's all the same story. Most grad students, it's all a similar story. It costs so much to get this education. So if collectively, hypothetically, we owe $400,000 in student loan debt, and we bring home $400,000 a year, that to me is not wealthy because you still have a debt that needs to be paid off. That money is not yours. It's not pocketable. You can manage because all of it ain't due at one time. So you Gucci. However, that money is still due. So that means the money that come in ain't even 100% yours.
It's not even. It's already spent.
Come on, man.
It's already spent.
That's what pisses me off. But like, I knew what I was getting into when I signed up for it.
Right.
I mean, not the compound interest. I didn't read that promissory note for real, but none of us did. It's fine.
But yeah, we will definitely come back to this conversation. Even when we saw the question on Instagram, I was like, ooh. Like that's exactly where we're at right now. So we're trying to figure that out. So one person asked, are we ever going to talk about how to land sponsorship deals? So I'm gonna just put my plug in real quick.
Okay.
So yes, we will. So just to kind of give you guys a little bit of background. So yes, I'm a lawyer, but I started in the entertainment industry. And when Kier decided to do this whole like vlog thing, did a whole bunch of research, and I was pretty much like the marketing kind of business person behind the scenes while he was talent. So I learned a lot of things about sponsorships. I learned a lot of things about marketing yourself on social media. So my goal at the end of 2021 is to have like an ebook or a course or something to help people who want to start off in the social media, like influencer world. So I have like a testing group right now. We've been meeting weekly. Like I'm putting in a lot of work into it. And it's something that I'm really, really, really passionate about. So yes, I'll definitely be releasing some more information as that becomes more formalized, but definitely I'm speaking it. I am manifesting it at the end of 2021. I will have a course or an ebook that will help you guys. Yes, Noelle, it's called a Passion Pod. She's a part of it. But at the end of 2021, I will have something for you. And between now and then, I'll be dropping some gems and just letting you know how it goes throughout the process.
So she's really good at this. And before we have right now, we have a manager, we have an agent, we got more teams. We got teams on teams right now. All wonderful people. If y'all watching, what's up, y'all? Love y'all. But before any of that, Noémie, all the brand deals that were coming in, she was brokering them.
Yeah.
Brokering them.
Yep. Yeah. Negotiating.
Everything. Like they'll come to the table like, hey man, we'll give you $500 for this, and you gotta negotiate up, you know. And sometimes they'll give you a little bit of a guff, they'll give you a hard way to go. So she's been navigating this landscape, and she's really good at it. I think that's your niche. I'm gonna stay cool about it and let you.
She's playing. Let her be. Let her be.
But yeah, she's gonna be good. That's something that y'all definitely need to check up on because there's money in this marketplace for everybody. You don't have to have 40,000 followers to get brand deals. You really don't. You really don't. And there's a niche and there's something out there for everyone. So yes, please keep your eyes on that. Man, I'm so excited about this vlog in 2021.
So am I.
Y'all don't even understand. I'm gonna single to my seat.
Do you guys ever rewatch the sit downs and answer questions you put in the pen and revisit them? We try to, but in our DMs, in our, like the question boxes on Instagram, we get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of questions. And a lot of them, a lot of the same questions kind of pop up.
Now I don't want to share people's names, but
I don't want to do that.
Yeah. I was going to try to show y'all my DMs. It's impossible not to show people's names. But like on Instagram, on a DM, it's like 999. Like it doesn't go to like that. I don't care if it's 4,000 messages in there. 999 is all they're going to show you. I've deleted for like 5 hours straight, and I still can't break 999.
Yeah, in my emails, I have like 600 emails that I have to like go through. So if you have emailed us, just send a follow-up because it's genuinely crazy. Like we've only had management for a couple of months now, and they're really handling the new things that happen.
So where you at? Are you cool,
Potty training. If y'all know, y'all know. But I want to get to at least one question. I just feel like let me try to get something that's like unrelated.
Yeah, I feel like we were just yamming.
What about how to navigate extreme downs in a long-term relationship and how to become friends again after long bouts of conflict? Okay, the real story is yes, we beef. We be beefing for real. Like we
like even about the money thing we talk about. We beef about that. Well, no, I beef. Look, man, you can't listen. My filter is wearing thin. I'm about to just stop for real talk.
Let's go to that question last because I really do want to talk about collaboration and just like this whole social media influencer thing since this is going to be like a huge part of your life.
Yeah, let's switch into that because the relationship stuff is too layered.
Yeah. Well, let me just say this.
Go ahead. Get it off, sis.
We beef, but the unfortunate but also fortunate situation that we're in is that not only do we like live together, but we really are partners in every sense of the word. We're business partners. We are lovers. We co-parents.
Just for married people.
Married people co-parent. Prime example. I have not been in a good mood for the past 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. And he's done an amazing job of taking E and getting her out of my face.
All yesterday.
All yesterday.
From like 11 a.m. to like 8 p.m.
And today I got to sleep in, and I think, it is what it is. We will totally do an edited like vlog on this because this deserves its own like hour-long conversation.
This is the
so
issue,
we fight just like everybody else.
So this is what happens when we record. And sometimes I'm like, hey, do we want to spend into this? Because sometimes, like even with the financial thing, there's a man-woman dynamic there. Yep. Y'all don't know who makes more money in my relationship. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest, it really doesn't. It doesn't matter, or does it? But see, I think
it matters, and I think it depends. Like I think throughout our relationship, there were times when you made more money, and there were times when I made more money. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I think like even now, like your goal this year is for me to quit if I want to.
Yeah.
That's a huge undertaking. That's a position that you've never taken in our relationship. You know, that's a position that I never even saw us taking in our relationship because we've both been pretty self-sufficient and we both are professionals in our career. So we never really had to do that. But I think it's going to be very interesting to see financially and the financial dynamics and how that looks in the next couple of years.
Yeah, and I'll probably be less open about the financials in the years to come. I'll be honest with y'all. There are a lot of social media influencers that are very open about how much like they bring in.
It is. It's some drama in the comments, but we're going to talk about that later.
I'm going to come in there and whoop y'all ass, man. What y'all in there talking about?
My mom is listening. She said she don't want us to be cursing.
I didn't curse. Yeah, you right.
Yeah. Hold on. There we go.
All right, everyone say bye to Chana Alford.
Sorry, girl. How do we... Oh, we can put somebody in timeout?
Yeah, we putting a few of y'all in timeout. Don't come in.
I'm not worried.
Don't come in with that, man. Y'all know better. Come on.
Oh, it's only for 300 seconds. Ooh, my mom even... Listen.
Like, listen. Like, y'all... I'm a really nice guy. Don't make me break the there, man.
Can y'all make us? How do we make people moderators? Noel, I might make you a moderator.
Make Mary not moderator too.
I'm gonna make who's that? Yeah. Noel, I just made you Noel's like my childhood friend. Can you I don't know what that means, but
you can make Mary not moderator. She'll
Mary.
Yeah, she'll act responsible.
Mary, I'm about to make you a moderator too. Sorry I didn't ask you in advance, but I know, Noel, you would be one. That's why I made you one. I only put her in timeout for 300 seconds.
I'm so interested in how y'all see us. Like, damn, man, I think this is... No, we can't go to 10. I got to watch the game. But I'm so interested in the way, like, we look from the outside in. Because, like, she control the comments. From that, this doesn't seem weird to us. Like, this is our thing. We do this. We talk.
Adrian's in here, too. Hey, boo. God, Peppy.
But like, it's the way that people interact with us on the street that just it's starting to make me wonder like how we come across the folks.
You want to talk to the peoples too? Did you poo poo?
Oh, she smells so good. Would you wash your hands with the soap?
Hand sanitizer. She wanted to
use hand
sanitizer. Oh yeah, it's vanilla coconut.
Oh, that smells so good. Man, my baby be rubbing her hands with the hand sanitizer and smelling like a fiend. Oh, smell. Let them smell it. What's that smell?
What does it smell like? The people want to say hi to you. That's the people.
Hi, people. They can't talk.
No, but I can read to you what they say. Everyone is saying hi, Emery.
What are you doing today?
What are you doing, peoples?
Somebody said, you guys seem very relatable, to be honest. You seem real and not like a fairy tale perfect couple. We are not. I won't lie. I love the way that social media sometimes makes it look like we have the perfect relationship. Mm-hmm. But I feel like if you actually sit down and watch our vlogs and our sit down talks and just how we interact on social media, like, we're struggling just like everybody else. We really are.
It's like the ability to converse and talk out your stuff. It's not like a prophylactic. You can only do it after the bad stuff happened. We had to say a lot of the same issues that all of y'all had. Mm-hmm. And talking through it ain't fun. I don't always want to do this. We're not always the most understanding people to one another. We don't always have the best bandwidth for the other person. But like it's a marriage. You're stuck. I mean, you live together.
Everybody is saying that you're so cute, boo boo.
Are you cute? Let me see.
Are you cute? You want to go watch your iPad now?
Yeah, I want to.
You want to bring it here? Ooh, okay. All right. Does anybody have any other questions?
Do y'all see why we wait? Why we never have her around when we do the sit
Yeah, because everybody's like, "Where's Emily?" I'm like,
"It's impossible. It's impossible." Let me get some. Let me get some granola.
Have you guys heard of Clubhouse? Yes, we're both members of Clubhouse. I've actually never spoken in a, what do they call it? In a room?
In a room, yeah.
Somebody asked, do I have any single lady friends? Yes, I do. I think people always ask about like the whole tribe question. I have a very large tribe. but a lot of them are comprised of like friends of friends and just people that I trust. Like if I have a best friend and they've been friends with somebody for like 10 years, 9 times out of 10 I know them, I trust them. We kind of all get together. But as far as like close friends, the tribe is really small. But one thing that I've noticed, and even when we were talking about the financial conversation, like it's totally okay to have like married friends. Like I have friends that are my friends simply because they are married or they're newlyweds and they can relate to what I'm going through. You know what I mean?
Thing, yeah.
And like I used to be like the no new friends kind of chick, but that did not do me well. Like I don't think that works. I think I've benefited from opening up to people, like expanding my friend circle and learning so much from those women specifically that I'm down for it. I don't think your tribe has to be your best friends. It's people that are in similar situations.
And your tribe, loyalty is a word that's kind of used awkwardly, but like your tribe, people gonna cycle in and out. And I know people are so like your friendships, you want to hold on to them, but like people come in and out of different life phases. And sometimes you all are aligned, and sometimes you're not. Like you shed friends sometimes. I'm actually in the no new friend stage of my life. A lot of my friends are my childhood friends. A lot of people have asked
questions about friendships. So this is great. Go ahead.
Yeah, a lot of my friends, like y'all have seen mostly all of my friends on the vlog. My man Black has been on the vlog. My cousin Donnie. Like y'all, if y'all watch the episodes, y'all seen a lot of my friends. Those are my childhood friends. I've known all these people for the most part for over 10 years. Now I'm in a space where I give mental health advice, and people who seek advice, like sometimes, like I took this the wrong way. It's like a drowning man. If you got people drowning, everyone's like, help me. And the second you reach your arm out, they'll pull you in. You have to be very careful of your space when you work in mental health. So I'm very, very cognizant of boundaries and who's a friend and who I allow to believe is a friend of mine. Mm-hmm. So I can't keep taking on people. Like everyone's not a friend. I can have tremendous love for you, and I can still open my heart to you and open my ear to you and give you my time. But the word friend is very specific to me, and I can't apply that to everybody. And I'm not taking applications right now unless it's like a really meaningful connection that me and the person have. I'm not looking to occupy time and space right now.
Do you feel like you've had to like adjust or like adjust friendships because of like the position that you're in now? Do you feel like your friends for the most part are like super
adjust?
I think that's a human thing.
My closest friends, but like the whole celebrity of this whole thing has made stuff weird. And like I'm still cool with anybody. Like I don't care who you are. You want to go to me on the street, I'm gonna talk to you. If it wasn't COVID, I probably hug you real live. But like I'm at a point now where it's people are happy to say that they know somebody that a lot of people know. Yeah. And it's about people being able to say they have access to you. Mm-hmm. And it's like, you just gotta be careful of that. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody is laughing that you're not taking friend applications right now. I think I'm always open to friend applications. I'm just I'm a friendly person. I'm a really friendly person. And I think what's different is like you've lived here your whole life.
Yeah.
So like the friends that you had when you were a teenager are still here. And I've moved around a lot. Like I've been in New Jersey, Atlanta, Miami, then DC. So I have like childhood friends that, I may not, be on the same level with. I have some college friends that I have either fallen off with or, gotten like super close to. Like Christine is a prime example. Like Christine, actually, the reason why I met him is because of my friend Christine, and she's one of those friendships. What's wrong, baby? Come here. I was going to talk about friendship, but let me just say this. Emily hates wine, and if she smells wine on my breath, she doesn't want anything to do with me. Yeah, let's see. But yeah, sometimes friendships are going to evolve. Sometimes friendships are good. I've ended friendships, for good reasons and, some dumb reasons. But I think for me in my life, friendships definitely needs to be an episode. But I will definitely just say that the way that I'm viewing my friendships right now in this particular moment is like I come with a child and a husband. And if you don't, I want to say not respect that, but if you can't adjust to this being my life right now, then like I just can't. I just can't. Like it's a pandemic and these two are my priority.
Yeah, I think the pandemic kind of exasperates everything. Like nothing is what it was. Friendships, closeness, togetherness, and a lot of people interpret proximity and how frequency of contact with closeness. Oh, you ever had a friend like, oh, you forgot to come here on my birthday? You must not be my friend.
Oh God, I hate that. Don't. And this is where we're similar. Please don't call me and be like, oh my God, you forgot about me. If the conversation doesn't start with, hey, is everything okay? Like, I'm sorry, I don't wake up in the morning and the first thing I think about is like someone outside of my household. Like, first thing is my baby alive.
And maybe
my husband
because
okay?
It's not important to me whether or not people remember my birthday, but therapists had the audacity for you to be upset with me because out of all the millions and millions of things that I have to remember, that I somehow forgot your birthday, which is a day, no disrespect, that's only really important to you and your mama.
This is clearly a personal.
I don't understand. Oh, you miss my like dog, if you're over the age of 15, I miss your birthday party, like you want to be old. Like
for me, it's deeper than that though. Like for me, it's like the first conversation you have with me, you're upset about me missing something, but it's like if you don't start the conversation, you're like, hey, just wanted to check in that everything was okay.
Yeah, like a thoughtful adult.
You know, like I just, Yeah, and Kier and I are horrible in the sense that like we're people person to an extent when it comes to social media, but we really like to be left alone. So like I might cancel on you just because Kier's taking E and I finally have the house to myself, and I would much rather like be by myself than be around people. Yeah, that's just a me personal thing. And like you want me to show up for you, I need time for myself first.
Or when I show up for you, I'm gonna be on my phone all the time. Like disengaged. I agree. I mean, it's to the point, you know, where I want some.
To your point.
Yes.
She thinks she want hand sanitizer. That's why. Oh, okay. Somebody said needy friends as an adult are draining. One-sided friendships. I mean, I wouldn't even say, I know you do, but I think that like people are valid. Thank you for the hand sanitizer, baby. I think people are valid in like being upset if like you used to have time for them and you no longer do. You're valid in being upset. You're valid in being upset, but it's just like that's what the situation is. And it's just like, this is what my friendship looks like. This is what my life looks like. Daddy, like, you expect me to drop my husband and my child? Like, I don't understand. What she just say?
You bored. It's to me, it's a little bit of a sense of entitlement for you to bypass the things that you don't know. You're automatically assuming that the things in my life don't take priority over whatever you believe going on in your life that is supposed to. And that, to me, that just people like that just rub me the wrong way. I'm never going to react to all of that. Yeah, like, but I don't care. Like, if you get my birthday, it's fine. You probably had something going on. It's cool. It's important to me. It doesn't have to be important to you. Recognition 50 days later is fine enough.
Yeah.
And not saying that everybody has to be that way, but don't hold me prisoner to your expectations. Like that's never going to work. And in friendships, happens all the time.
Yeah, I think everybody. I think, like I said, I'll just say this point, like I said before. I think as you get older and as you kind of, grow into adulthood, people will like you for good reason. I mean, people will dislike you or not want to be friends with you for good reasons, and sometimes they want to dislike you for no reason at all. Apologize when necessary, but like you gotta move on.
The filmologist said, "You're not valid in being upset as an adult." I need you to figure that out internally.
That's ignorant.
Y'all are my spirit animal. Oh, together with one spirit animal. What animal?
Can you hear Emily?
Adjustment will have to be made fast.
But yeah, the friendship conversation just has to be a whole nother vibe. Yes, may God bless you. Good job, baby.
Happy birthday
I'm sorry, I was reading. It's still, we'll do this and then we gotta close out. Bro.
Okay. Oh wow, it's been an hour.
Yeah,
Wow.
dang, this went by short.
Wow.
I hope that you all enjoyed this sit down. We really just I forgot that. I know that we're online, but I've been talking to y'all like y'all just supposed to say.
Yeah, they can definitely hear her. Okay. Okay. When we're done, you can close out the vlog. Okay. Okay, we're almost done.
Almost done.
Okay, I'll let you know when.
Does it mean when you get married, your friendships completely look totally different? No, it's not just you.
That actually happens.
That happens, and then your relationships with friends.
Emery's bored, so we gotta end this. I will answer your collab question. Can you type it up again? I forgot what it was.
All right, we're gonna put this out, man. We can't do nothing with her.
Not yet. Let Daddy finish.
Thank y'all for tuning in. I won't let Booby close out the vlog, but this live sit down, I hope you guys enjoyed it.
You see why we prefer the recorded ones? Because it's just a lot more organized.
Nah, it's the earlier part threw us off, and plus, Booby, man, we cannot record.
Hold on really quick. Brittany, I will answer your question on my personal page. I don't think we're gonna have to.
I want to collab with other YouTubers.
I don't know yet. But we're friends with a lot of YouTube families.
Shout out to my man Glenn, aka Belief Mel. He be posting me, Belief stay posting me on his page. If you get a chance, please go follow Belief and Fatherhood. Very good friend of mine. That is the homie, him and his beautiful family.
Okay, we gotta close this out. She did.
We'll close this out.
Go ahead.
Click on the side and join our channel and hit the bell button and see you next time.
Bye.
Oh wait. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Got it. Oh no.